If you only knew the power of the dark side.
2, 1, 0.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Harry Yack combination, this time on Head to Head, a show that used to come on the Children's Channel in the United Kingdom, presented by Violet Boleyn and an assortment of landmines. Look at that fantastic green screenery whizzing around in the background there. And indeed this ugly looking trophy that I don't think anybody would want to win, but Nikhil Radio and his mate, who's also wearing a fantastic headset, just like the one I'm wearing now, yes, they were so far ahead of their time, they're both attempting to win this particular bout in head-to-head.
He's 14, he's from Thundersley, and he's to be playing Brazil.
Look at that rubbish bin there. From that, they used to take the prizes, at least the winner did. A bin of prizes, yes, it's like those you get at a local fair, isn't it? But now it's time to kick off in FIFA International Soccer. This was a lot better on the SNES. I used to have it on the SNES. I only got the Mega Drive version many years later, for 25p from Cash Converters. By then, I think they had about 25 copies of it. It was such a common title, you could probably pick it up now for 25 pence as well.
Equally famous, yellow and blue. So Jason, our challenger, has got the ball with Brazil, and he's on the attack now, saved by the fantastic German goalkeeper.
Violet Boleyn isn't the best of commentators on football here, she mustn't watch it that often. But there again, the commentators on Games Master and Games World weren't that great either. They got Jim Rosenthal in as a guest commentator for the later series, which I loved. But here, Violet Boleyn makes a fairly good fist of it, considering she probably has no interest in football whatsoever. But one crucial difference between the SNES and the Mega Drive versions of FIFA International Soccer is the goalkeeper bug. You could stand in front of the goalkeeper when they're about to clear the ball and block it back into the net. It worked about 1 in every 5 to 10 times. I believe I first found that out on an episode of either Head to Head or Games World or Games Master. Probably Games World. There were so many episodes of that show, it's unreal. The amount of programming they used to put out per week was incredible. It'd put a lot of those internet Let's Players to shame.
So of course with FIFA International Soccer on the SNES and the Super Nintendo is quite different from the Mega Drive version in a few ways. The gameplay's still pretty much the same.
So here we have Violet Boleyn actually reviewing the game. This is a 7-minute long episode, which is quite long as far as head-to-head goes. It used to be an individual segment, I believe, that came on at about 20 to 6 in the morning. I used to watch it over my bacon and eggs whilst waiting to go to school. The olden days when I could be bothered getting up that early. 20 to 7? What? I didn't know such a time existed. At least, not in the morning.
And also there's a new man of the match option. So, that's what's changed.
This episode of Head to Head is supposedly in 3D, but I can't see it, can you? I don't know. Wear your 3D glasses and let me know if the effect is working at all. I'm somewhat skeptical of 3D because everybody's shut up about it now, haven't they? It's technology of yesterday, even though it was the technology of tomorrow yesterday. And congratulations for scoring there. This kid is on an absolute roll. He's already won 3 mountain bikes and a copy of Shaq Fu, which he promptly burnt as soon as he put it into his console. That's the problem with these shows. If the kids were rich or their parents were rich, they would have been able to afford all these games and practice on them. But the poor kids, they've never played this game before, and this would have been the first time they'd ever picked up a joypad. Video games! It's a bit like the first time I ever played a console after playing only the Amstrad CPC. Oh, what is this technology? It's amazing! And you sit there dumbfounded with your jaw hitting the floor.
In the black and white.
FIFA International Soccer was a game I rented a lot from my local newsagent, and I do remember the tunes quite well.
Save from the German
You notice here they've actually edited the main theme of FIFA Soccer over the top of this footage because I guess the match sounds on their own wouldn't have been enough. I'm a fine one to talk, however, because I often paste music over the top of my blasted videos.
Brazilian goalkeeper.
But that's down to the limitations of my own technology. Still on VHS, I'm afraid. All these other people with the HD Xbox Ones and PS4s. And I'm still there with my CRTs and my blasted VHS video recorders.
Head to head.
Speaking of VHS, this recording has held up quite well, hasn't it? There's no skips. I've got to thank the uploader of this video, whose name is appearing on screen now, without whom we would have forgotten all about this blasted show.
Coming to the end of the time. Come on, Jason for Brazil. Oh, and a save by the German goalkeeper.
And that's the end of the game. Guess who's won?
To leave, but Nico
It's the radio bloke. I don't know if he ever appeared on radio and that was just his nickname. Like Stereo Mike, he's radio whatever his name is.
tell us what you got.
But he's won and he gets to go and pick out a game from the games bin. It's the bargain bin. They've pinched it from their local charity shop. And he picks out Pictionary. Thank you for that. Thank you very much, Head to Head. I already have 2 copies of that at home. My mother bought it for me at Christmas. So there you go. Rich kid wins again. Isn't that always the blasted way? Jeez. Sayonara, Yack watchers.